How do you make your non-fiction writing more compelling? This week's business book recommendation is for Nobody Wants to Read Your SH*T by Steven Pressfield. This book is about why empathy for your reader is critical for your writing to be heard or seen. In this book, the author takes you through the lessons he has learned from his careers in advertising, screenwriting, fiction writing, and self-help writing to help you understand that any form of creative is a transaction between the audience and the author. The audience must get something in return for their most precious commodity, their time. This book shares tricks of the trade so you can ensure your writing gives enough to your audience. So what did I learn? There are many lessons in this book. It's structured as a series of short, sharp chapters. But what stood out for me was advice on using the techniques for writing fiction and applying it to your non-fiction work. The book talks of ensuring that your piece has a theme. It needs to be about something. It also needs a concept, a unique framing or perspective. Both of these are heavily used in the movie-making world. To craft compelling non-fiction, you should make use of storytelling techniques. Have a hero, have a villain, ensure they clash around the main theme, and then resolve the climax again around that same theme. The book shares how to create each of these things and why they're important. What did it make me think differently about? Cross-learning. This book is about better writing, but so much of the advice shared felt surprisingly familiar. A lot of the lessons I've learned in my world of operational efficiency start at the end, define the problem. I'd never thought of creative work in this way. The book made me think it's interesting how logic applies to art and art applies to logic. Are the world of creation and science really that separate? What actions did I take? Well, a couple of actions I've taken as a result of reading this book. This book is targeted at people who want to be proper writers, but I learned a lot I can cross-pollinate into my world. Where else could I find interesting ideas from completely different worlds? And more tangibly, the book provides clear ways you can use storytelling for your non-fiction stuff. I particularly like the idea of putting a villain into your non-fiction work. What's the impact been? Well, as I say, it's encouraged me to expand my reading even further, but also it's interesting to learn about these worlds for their own sake. The storytelling advice provides almost a checklist or structure for you to frame your thinking, which makes it a lot easier. Do you ever go out to learn about areas that are only loosely related to your world? Really interesting and different book this week. I thought it was going to be about something else, but I'm glad I randomly picked it up and gave it a shot. Recommended to anyone who wants a refreshing perspective on how to write, whether it be for fiction or non-fiction. Have a wonderful day.